Hello and welcome. It is the Saturday, first day of April 2017. Let's go over quickly a few codes, tokens, if you will, for cryptocurrencies I have never heard of before waking up this morning, and charts I had never seen before waking up. And I looked at some random ones this morning, ones I've never heard of or names I've never heard of, and a lot of them caught my eye. So let's go over this list in order, starting with COVAL. This is again a reminder if you want to put insane orders. This went down to like 1 basis point, like a penny or whatever you want to call it as, and then back up to like 380. So it worked on both sides, whether you sold high or whether you bought in cheap. And you know what? Even this is insane in here. And this is an insane seller. And if you put one in, let's put in 220 just to see what happens. And you wake up the next morning or whatever and, oh, wow. Well, I could have got more, but hey, I'm happy because I can buy it back at a fraction of the price. Next one is J. Again, this is another reminder for these insane moves. Look at these moves in the week. It's this, you have this one, you have this one. There's nothing wrong with putting, I have a buy order down here. I mean, why not? Literally, why not? Next one is the Bay. The rest of the way, I'm pretty much going to be going over Fibonacci for practically every single one. This one has this low of 106, a high in at 680, leaving the key numbers at 334, which is roughly around here, and a lower number at 216. Which, right, this previous resistance, this is an obvious buying opportunity or spot to buy. And the upside and Fibonacci downside is in at 21.45 and 34. There should be an A. However, when calculating, I think I would rather go this high, this low in here instead. And just to get a quick area number of that, I'll bring my calculator, and well, the low seems to be, just looking at my copied chart, at about 270 something, and then a high at 680. So then I'd be looking for an upward target to about 12, and also even just immediacy, you're looking at 478. Any up moves, you're looking at resistance and around here. But that will be the Beige chart. Let's move on to Shift. Okay. Within this one, we have a low in at 511, which happened at the start of the year, and a high at 26,000. Wow. That's huge. That's huge. Okay, so therefore, Fibonacci 20. Who cares about this 22 number? It's not even anywhere near worth talking about now, other than how it has handled its number to see if Fibonacci's playing through. But 55, yeah, pretty good. 10,286. Man, this thing has got an interesting situation here. And yeah, this thing looks like it's ready to go. Again, I'd take the Fibonacci from here to here for its next key level on the upside. So let's do that again. A high of 26,000. I'm going to put 2600 just to make it easier. and then a low in at about 11 something. That's just, so you're looking at about 44, about 44,000, 45,000 as an area in which you would consider getting out at if you play. But this thing coming along pretty good. Definitely nothing wrong with putting buy orders in here, as for sure as well. And let's move on now to WBB. This is the weekly chart. Same thing as the last one. 3,200 low, 139,000 high, or about 30 times higher, leaving key Fibonacci marks in at the 13.6 level somewhere down here, and 33 roughly around here. Ooh, what does this tell me? I know the answer. Because it comes up to the second key fib, supports somewhere around the first one, has now came to it with a little bit of resistance. It is now breaking out. Yeah. What does this tell me? On its bullishness, bearishness, it's looking pretty strong. And I also like its movements in which it has had for along the way on a day-to-day movement. This thing, every day, look, these moves are just so awesome to get in and out on. There's lots of volatility, lots of profitability actually within it. And for this range in here, I will certainly use this for Fibonacci upside because of the fact that it has retraced well from this point. Definitely a nice looking chart. Let's move this on to okay. It's an okay chart. It's okay. I mean, it says it might be okay. No. It is called okay, but the swings. I mean, look at these daily movements. It's like sweet. Just to simply buy low, sell high. The trend at least is also bullish as well. So it's a pretty good chart. Let's move on to Uno. I remember as a kid having an Uno deck. And I want to show a lot of periods because there's this, there's this, there's this, there's this, even this. Reminder, have your insane buy and sell orders in place, especially within this one. Now, focusing on this in here, interesting setup to say the least, with this ascending triangle like this, where it's looking right now that it wants to probably have a good chance of breaking it towards the upside. Let's move on now to Mimi. I think that was a character on the Drew Carey show. This time I just quickly pasted in the calculator that I use for this low of just 22. And this high of 3,500. Another extreme movement level. 153, somewhere down here. But it's working good. The 505 number is what's important because that's where it is now. And it's huge. And one of the things I say, usually Fibonacci just happens to work out at key points. Yeah, 500 is a key point from before. And my eye test says when a level is not resistance, it's going to probably be one of two things. Well, three things. It could be that of a fast spike lower. That's not what's looking to be the case. A fast move to the next level. No, it didn't do that. Support at the level. Yeah, that's what it's doing. That's what it's doing. Strong. Okay. We got this bigger resistance level in around here, and of course the one that it created, the psychological number as well. 76.4 is roughly where that level happens to be. So immediately that's where a good decent play that you could move into. But you know what? This thing looks pretty cool. It really does. I like it. I do. Let's move on to UBQ. The daily low, 2103. The high end at 17,000. Leaving 76.52 and roughly 43.63. Okay. So within this one, it's obviously an uptrend. However, for now, 11,000 to 15K, sweet day trading range. SN GLS. Okay, we got the high 50.70, which matches just before here 49.99. It's opening level. And it's an interesting, again, bullish looking chart as far as, I mean, these key fib numbers are both out of question. 34.52. Maybe here you might want to look for its next push lower. But definitely putting an insane buy order at 27.45. And even down here. Nothing wrong with doing that. We've seen that in so many other charts. But beautiful day trading range again, like the one before, between 42 to 47. And then the upper range can even go to 5K as well. KMD. Price range of 6,000 to 18. And then look at this on its 30-minute chart. Man, this thing looks ready to get going. It really does. And just like the PivX, you have your consolidation phase on lower volume. Man, this one's looking good. This up target's 21.4 from this low and this high. And if you're wanting to know the immediacy numbers, 15.1 and 16.2. So that will be it. Thank you for tuning in.